I love its little walk. So this is the heart of the ruins, huh? Yep. You've done a fine job dismantling the defenses. Archon, I only wish we could say that we had the same success. Rodley and her talents were nowhere to be found. Yes, it is quite distressing, but we must focus on claiming the prize at hand. The Null Stone is ours. You've left me such an infighting trail of destruction to follow. Hi? Dirtyhead. Well, well, well. If it isn't the adventure I've so longed to dismember. Praise Lord Diabolos for this opportunity. I shall gift him your head in gratitude. Ah, and speaking of gifts, I brought a present to celebrate our gleeful reunion. This is the lovely lass you've been oh so desperately seeking, isn't it? Unless you wish to see a rent limb from limb, then you will hand over the Null Stone. Think I care about her worthless limbs? The woman's done naught but cause us grief, and I just thought to crow over her grave. Don't give me that look, Radlia. What, you thought I was here to save your sorry hide? Never been aught but an obstacle to me. Do you remember the first time we met? You were roaring with laughter at the sight of all them Allagan relics until I used your pretty blonde head as a stepping stone. Damn you, you selfish bastard. And damn me for expecting you to act any different. If I had my weapons, I'd blow a bloody hole in your belly. Seems reasonable. Have you forgotten how awful a shot you are? How much of a threat when I've seen you miss the sight of a cathedral at 10 yalms? Silence, you grinning fool. You've ruined my moment, and I'll ruin your smirking face. Now, puss. What? Ah, it burns! This world is not your stage, unholy harlequin. Be gone from our realm. Damn! Kate Sith ain't messing around. Good. They're clever for us mortals. But the show is not over. Not until you scream. Bugger got away. And I think we'd best do the same. Turn this in. Now that was some excitement, wasn't it, Archon? Probably a little too much for Audlia, but we'll give her a bed to sleep off the worst of her ordeal. She'll likely be back to her usual cheerful self in no time. Quite a successful jaunt, all told. You and me, we make a pretty good partnership. But I've got word for you, Furball. You said that that relic would obliterate a void scent completely. Seems to me that foppish fiend just got scorched before he slipped away. Know that? No, scarcely a fraction of the Nullstone's true power. Once I have learned how to unleash its full potential, such demons shall be consumed like gnats caught in a bonfire. So you're telling me our secret weapon ain't ready for battle? You might as well be wielding a blunted sword. I remind you that this blunted sword stung our foes sufficiently to free the Lady Pirate. A result we could not have achieved with your blustering words alone. Bah! I was ready to flee without Rodley if things took a turn for the worse. But you're right. You had the presence of mind to take advantage of my bluff, and it was your actions that saved her in the end. Not that you particularly cared about saving her. We're just gonna get as far as unlocking the next step. That's gonna be it for today. You might be waiting a while before Adlia finally decides to wake up, but not so long that you've got time to flit away on some other adventure. Come join me in my quarters, and we can ask her a few questions as soon as she's ready to talk. Oh, there, Archon. Might as well make yourself comfortable while we wait on Rodlia. Besides, after fighting through them ruins, I wager you could use the rest. See how long this cutscene is. Where is the rest of my crew? Surely there were other survivors. Not really. Tell me, Rodley, what drove you to risk exploring Old Mach? Government sent you there, aye? But you were after the Void Ark. You knew something, didn't you? Found a book. We were looting these strange ruins in the Sea of Clouds, and one of the lads dug up a tome. It had passages that described the Void Ark and a powerful relic called the Nullstone. Tome scribed by a Mohachi's sorcerer, mayhap? Captain, would you happen to know the author of this work? The words are muddled by obscuring magics, and 1,500 years have faded its pages. There's much that remains illegible. What little my daring cutthroats and I could decipher suggests it was written by a mage of exceptional status. See for yourself. What the book says is true. The Ark is a source of immeasurable power. That ship under my command and the mysteries of Mach in my possession, I thought to crown myself Queen of the Skies. Look how well that turned out. Banner of Sky Pirate. Banner of Queen. Can't even keep her own crew alive. Ahem. Broadly, is it not? Would I be correct in assuming that you seek revenge against the Zoidsent who slaughtered your comrades? Of course I want revenge. That hell-spawned shite gobbler killed my crew. If we were here right now, I'd gouge out his eyes and choke him to death with my bare bloody hands. Not alone in your desire to bring an end to these abominations, Captain. Will you not join us in our endeavor to secure peace for the skies? Will not join the Talon's strength to ours? Strength. The way things are right now, I doubt I'd keep the peace in a monastery. This has naught to do with personal grudges either. I just don't have the men. All my best fighters died in the ruins. The dregs that are left are scarce sharp enough to be called talons. You leave your spine back in them ruins, Rodlia. You've had your wings clipped. No mistake, that's no reason to give up the life. Thought we'd rescue the sky pirate. Not some cur that turns tail when her pack ain't there to bite for her. I know what you're trying to do, Red Bill, but I've lost my taste for glory. You can have the cursed book. Just be sure to make that bastard pay. Hey, Furball. How quickly do you think you can decipher that ratty old tome? I need you to figure out exactly how your relic works. Aye. You sent that one feed squealing in fear, but that ain't enough. If one of you have told me, we'll need to aim for some of that obliteration if we're going to take on the Shadow Queen. The rest of you, put everything you've got into what you do best. Be that research or blade work. Overdoing it is doing it just right, if you get my meaning. Decorate my walls with void-sent heads if I have to. The skies should belong to no one. no stone had fallen into mortal hands. 1,000 apologies, Lord Diabolus. I shall personally wring each and every one of their scrawny necks. The time for skulking in shadows has ended. I am grown weary of these meddling vermin. The power of the Shadow Queen waxeth full. Soon mine ardent desire shall pass from dream into dark reality. I'm Batman! Okay. Kate said just me out to find you. You have a proper knack for showing up at just the right time, you know that? Anyway, as Kate says, cracked open that tome, what we got from Rodlia has been studying all the Nullstone secrets. He thinks he may be onto something important, not just concerning Diabolus and the Shadow Queen, but also the cat himself. Come on back to the pack, and we can all hear what he has to say together. As I suspected, this tome was penned by a Mahachi sorcerer of superior standing, as well as detailing the methods by which the full power of the Nullstone might be unleashed. Its pages also contain a number of revelations concerning my master, High Void Mage Cessair. These histories are to be trusted. It seems that Cessair herself was responsible for summoning Diabolus. But I thought you said your master was opposed to supporting the war effort. Why should she be the one to call up that bat-winged monster? Cessair only agreed to the ritual as a means to bring the conflict to an early resolution. What I can glean from these passages, Diabolus was intended as a bluff, a threat that was never to be exercised. Those arrogant imbeciles ignored my master's carefully laid restrictions and elected to unleash the fiend upon Amdapor. It was when Cessair moved to protest this act that she was branded a traitor and imprisoned. Once they had contained the opposition, the Void Mages studied all manner of otherworldly arts at the talent feet of their new pet. The most dangerous of which was the rite for summoning Skothok, the method for chaining her power. Even after all they had perpetrated, these ambitious fools had the gall to come crawling to Cessair when the coming of the Great Floods was predicted. They begged her to take control of the Void Ark, for the salvation of the Mahachi people. As you saw for yourself, however, the energies of the Shadow Queen broke loose and turned the vessel into a derelict nest of void scent. It seems obvious now that the arts taught by Diabolus were deliberately flawed. The only saving grace in all this madness was when that damned little fiend was sealed away by the white mages of Amdapor. I shudder to think what would have happened had he been reunited with his queen. So now, 1500 years later, Diabolos is looking to finish what he started. Thought the bat-faced bastard was just some opportunistic underling, but it turns out he's the main villain behind this whole mess. Is Sarah alive today? She would accept responsibility for unleashing Diabolos upon the world. As the High Void Mage's familiar, it is my duty to act in her stead. I have deciphered the secrets of the Nullstone, and with its undiluted power shall I erase Diabolos from existence. Heh, I like your spirit, Puss. But try not to rush in too quickly, eh? Getting yourself killed won't do us, or your master, any good. Wait. No one's rushing in anywhere just yet. Or have you forgotten that we're still in the middle of scouting out the Fiend's lair? Got the compass to go by, eh? But who knows what kind of place it'll lead us to. Or how many demons will be lying in wait when we get there. We fly in with our eyes open, or risk getting slaughtered just like the Talons. Oh yes, speaking of which, the tome made mention of a potential location for... That seems bad. Leofard. Ouch. Yeah, he's behind you. Yeah, curse you, fiend. At last. At long last. This is far from over, demon. Will not allow an abomination like the Shadow King to rule this world. Then thou knowest not of ruling. It is might which decideth dominion. But believe what thou mayest, frail creature. You are playthings. Your screams of denial shall amuse me as I send this rock and all upon it to shatter upon the ground below. Gods, is that Radlia? Or is she behind that ship? I would not tire my arm with the swatting of so many flies. The Nullstone is mine. There is yet much to be done. That's bad. Can we just get the last one unlocked, please? Lord. Oh well, ain't I a lucky sod? 2 demons in one day. Found some new dogs to lick your boots, Rodlia. Is that any way to welcome me back to the life? We needed allies, and in persuading our reluctant fellows to join in common purpose. It's a fate only a woman of my charming beauty could accomplish. Besides, you look too injured to be of much use to anyone. You'd best take to your bed, old man. Let me and your champion there take care of the void scent. What? So you can tuck tail and run again at the first sign of trouble? You'd not even be standing there if it weren't for me. Even with my arm busted up, I'm still twice the pirate you are. I think you should stay behind this time, Leofard. We must pursue Diabolus without you. Time is of the essence, and we cannot afford to wait for you to heal. You must take advantage of Captain Rodley's reinforcements, and proceed with all haste. The demon drop you on her head, foolball. Without me there to run things, you'll just end up getting in Archon's way. No one's making haste anywhere, till we know what we're flying into. Again, Captain Radlia may hold the answer to that dilemma. I suspect that the island where she uncovered the Miqo'te tome is the very location where Diabolus has chosen to lair. This floating marvel I speak of is not a natural occurrence. It was constructed as a haven for refugees of the floods. The tome makes very clear reference to the island's purpose, describes in detail the void-sent sorcery employed in its creation. As the Void Ark never arrived at its destination, however, the island remained uninhabited. I can imagine no more suitable hideaway for a scheming fiend. Even better, Diabolus will not expect us to suddenly arrive on his secluded doorstep. The Talon fleet will carve us a path through the lesser fiends, and we shall strike swiftly into the heart of the confusion to seize the Nullstone. Once the relic is secured, it will use its power to obliterate our devilish flow. As a sky pirate, surely you understand how such an assault relies on speed and surprise. We cannot have a wounded companion slow us down, potentially doom the entire enterprise. So, you think you're in charge now, do you, Puss? Poor broken Leofold's just some dead weight you need to cut away? You know what? I've got a belly full of mulin in any case. Go on, fly off without me. See how far you get with your thrice-damned enterprise. Captain Rathia, compare the direction indicated by the ecto compass with your navigational records, if you please. I think you'll find the coordinates coincide with the island in question. Certainly, and feel free to board our flagship when you set to depart. My darling's large enough to accommodate your adventure and his fellows with room to spare. Okay, Dunscaith is now unlocked. That is where I am going to call it for tonight.